Penance RPG and its affiliate sponsor, D&Dice, makers of dice for all types of heroes, proudly presents Plummet, Falling in the Dark, a Penance RPG adaptation. This bard's tale, as is customary in these parts, may contain strong adult themes, cursing, and high adventure. For now, time turns, the path is open. Let the story commence.
Welcome to episode 30 of Plummet. Who are you? What are you? And in honor of National Buy a Musical Instrument Day, which instrument would you buy and why? Starting with Amy.
Hello, I'm Amy. I play Frankie, the human disciple. I already play a number of instruments and already have two. But I'd like a piano. Yeah.
What kind of piano?
Well, I would like a proper, wall piano. You know, the ones that, just a small piano. Not a grand piano, because I don't have anywhere to put it.
A baby grand.
A garden. Yeah, I could put it in my shed, maybe, but that would be a tight fit. Yeah, I've got a guitar and a flute already, so piano would be nice.
Squid?
Well, I don't have a musical bone in my body. I'm always fairly jealous of people that do, but I would get a double bass because I've always wanted to play sort of swing jazz bass.
Ooh,
don't know
classy.
why. I think it's because I like sort of black and white films, and then there's so many of them like that. Quite join in.
And that was me expecting to say you're a fan of Tom and Jerry.
I'm a fan of Tom and Jerry, but that's not where my love of double bass comes from.
And your character?
Oh, sorry, yes. Hello, I am Squid, and I am playing Karis, who is a tiefling thief.
Okay. Next we have Belry.
Hello, I am Kermit the Prince.
I wasn't ready.
Hopefully not going to get taken down by that guy who did all the puppet stuff, whose name I can't remember. But I should, really.
It's okay,
Jim
he's
Henson.
dead.
Good.
Yeah, Jim Henson is dead.
I mean, not good, but at least Jim Henson isn't going to come down on us. So I played bass for a little while, but I never really got that good at it, I'll be honest. But if I could, and if I didn't actually have to learn, because I don't really have the time to put in, I'd a saxophone. Because saxophones are cool, and maybe if I played saxophone, then I'd be cool and people would like me.
Would you just walk on to random places and play the Baker Street bit?
No, because Baker Street is vastly overrated. Jazz sax, so I can be cool.
Do you
Because
have
I like
a jazz sax or a bass sax?
Jazz sax.
Tenor or alto.
I don't know what those words mean, so I'm just going to say jazz sax.
Lenida.
Hello, it's me, Stu Nin, our human skirmisher, female to boot. And yeah, my next project in the music instrument world will probably be an electric cello, just because I always wanted to learn the cello because it's a really nice instrument. So I would probably buy that. I'm thinking about it. When the time comes, I will buy it and try to practice.
Seriously, electric cello, the first thing that came to mind was, the neon, plastic from Starship Troopers. But, it's a fiddle, I know, but my brain for some reason associated that as electric cello.
Yeah.
Can I put neon lights on my jazz sax?
Yes, you can.
Because that would actually be really cool. That'd be even cooler, I'm not even joking. Also, as an aside, can we have, a little segment called Tune In with Stune In? Because I really like the ring of that.
That's well done.
We can have that,
Christ.
definitely.
And finally this week, Ash.
Whispers in the Gloaming, Baxi's Shadow Walker. She still has an absolutely fabulous tail, even though people were trying to get rid of it last session. I think I'd probably buy a nice big grand piano, because I have actually no idea where I'd put it, but it would take up an awful lot of space.
And that's all you can ever ask of a grand piano.
Yeah, well, if you want something that takes up space, the grand piano is the best thing to do it with, just because it's a grand piano.
I put it in the other half's office, so he can't get in there himself.
What happened last week? So, Dragon, if you please.
After leaving the Dwarven Tunnel, the party fled on their cart to the nearest campsite, meeting a strange treasure hunter by the name of Bruce Wonglepong, who wore a mysterious talisman and spoke with an even more mysterious accent. After carefully moving Samwise to be sitting inactive on the back of the cart, and with dawn breaking to the east, a harsh yell was heard, and with it, the party noticed a tide of infuriated dwarves, both on cart and horseback, rushing towards them in a virulent rage. Frankie, despite his broken arms, grabbed the reins of the horse, and the party's cart sped off into the distance, with the horde following close behind. While they managed to repel the first few waves of the attackers by aiming arrows at the frothing horses, accuracy was never their finest point, and as a few of the dwarves managed to leap onto their cart, the party began clipping each other in the melee, and slippery fingers failed to hold on to several of their weapons, with Bruce managing to accidentally toss his beloved crossbow, Sheila, from the cart, and Stu losing several weapons. While Frankie guided the cart through a slalom of other carts, and then through a very narrow stone gate, the dwarves continued their fevered attack. But the party once more proved they are their own worst enemy when, while attempting to stop a single dwarf from grabbing the reins from Frankie, a misplaced blow from Stu beheaded poor Bruce, whose head rolled from the cart and was lost under the trampling hooves of their pursuers. Despite this setback, the party eventually cleared the final bridge, and as they arrived at the edges of the well-guarded Neric Hall, the dwarves gave up their chase, waving angered fists at the party, as the Neric Hall guards looked on, confused at the horde that had followed. After being informed that this was the royal entrance to Neric Hall, the party paid a mildly hefty toll for entry, and after arranging for Frankie to be thoroughly scrubbed clean by some local maidens, the party stored their wealth in their newest room and activated Samwise to defend it, as they enjoyed the rest and relaxation that only an expensive inn could offer.
And lo, the story continues. So, as I said last week, you arrived in Neric Hall, and for the past week you have been enjoying the benefits of living effectively in the rich quarter of this vibrant city, dining on the weird and wonderful meals that can be offered, and lounging around in comfortable chairs and beds with several weird and wonderful partners. There's a strange energy in the air today. Something is happening in the town. Although your servants come to you and assure you that don't worry, you'll have a great view of the action, you seem confused by what's going on. The servants continue to feed you grapes and bring you wine, and amongst your compatriots around, you notice, and at this point, Valerie, please describe your character.
I haven't thought this far ahead. He's made entirely of green felt.
Is he a furry?
And you wanted him not to get sued. Brilliant, Valerie.
I guess he's fairly just princey. Like he's well dressed. He's got like I guess
a crown.
Doublet. A doublet. Yes, I forgot princes wear crowns, but yes. He's wearing like maybe a green doublet with like a lighter green sash.
Has he got a protruding belly like a frog would?
Yes. He has one of those neck ruffs.
He's got a ruff, okay.
Slightly lighter green in his doublet.
Is he wearing tights as well? Like
of
really
course.
Curly shoes.
Yes. Let's say yes.
Those are not going to fit well in the road, my dear boy.
Oh, you're talking to me?
I'm just looking at your shoes. They're rather fancy. I used to have nice fancy ones. They were purple. I lost them.
Well, it's nice to have nice things. Referring to your shoes, I mean.
Well, hello there. What might your name be?
Hello, I am Kiermit the Prince. Nice to meet you.
Yes, hello, I am Stunin. I don't know, but I get like some urge to kiss you for some reason. But I don't think that would be appropriate just yet.
Oh, well, you're not what I'm looking for. Sorry. I'm looking for something a bit more warty.
Well,
Is this when I explained that he was a frog prince, but then got turned back into a prince, and like being a prince is really hard, and so he's looking for another frog to kiss to turn into a frog again? That's the character arc.
so, yeah, we'll have to find you a frog then.
Oh, I've been looking, but they seem to be endangered this part of town.
You look to the table and see the several portions of frog legs that are sitting next to you.
A single tear rolls down my cheek.
Frankie's just gonna walk away. I'm like, yeah.
Such noble brethren.
Well, there seems to be some ruckus going on in town today. What do you think about we head down there and check it out? I know the servants told us we can see it from here, but I'd rather be down there.
Well, it's my princely duty.
Okay, so you make your way down. There's a sort of raised viewing platform that once you sort of flash your royal quarter insignias that you've all been given, you can all get to sort of sit in these
Hall passes. Hall passes.
Yeah.
I pull out like a bifold wallet and it has a badge in it that says Prince.
Automatically gets you to the backstage.
Yeah.
Here's my gun and badge.
So you're all sitting in this raised platform. There's a couple of other folk there, but most of the sort of area seems to be full of villagers. Some of them are holding pitchforks, some of them are holding torches, and they seem to all be looking towards this sort of L-shaped motif thing at the front, which has a man standing in quite fine-looking robes, and he seems to be waving as if trying to calm the crowd down. After a couple of minutes, he clears his throat and announces, "People! People! As Chief Artificer, I am the Overseer for tonight, and I will have none of your rabble. We will do this by the book." And as the crowd begin to sort of unruly go like, he goes, "Right, you all know that the dark days of infernal corruption are long past, and anyone found doing anything like that is going to be hung." And he sort of points to the noose next to where he's standing. "Bring out the accused." You notice a sort of thinnish figure with a cloth bag over his head and a black robe being brought out from the sort of side room, and you hear the crowd begin to boo and throw what looks like rotten vegetables at him as he's led up onto the stage.
Oh, that's very wasteful. You could use that for fertilizer.
I'm gonna nudge Karis and go, "That is not one of us."
Well, it could obviously have been, but I think the dwarves would have been less, I don't know, genteel about what they would have done to us.
As the figure is brought into the middle, near the noose, as it were, you notice that their hands are bound in front of them, and the man in finery bolts up again, going, "You stand accused of conspiracy with the infernal. How do you plead?" And from inside the bag you hear, "Remove the bag." And as they pull the bag off, can Frankie and Whispers do me a roll, please?
Just a straight D20. 5.
Okay, neither of you recognize him by look. The man in finery clears his throat again and goes, "You stand accused of conspiracy with the infernal. How do you plead?" And the figure flicks his hair back and goes, "Oh, God, like, you guys are so negative. Like, God, you're like my dad."
Is that Ebony Darkness?
Yes,
That's all right,
yes,
you
it
can
is
kill him.
Ebony Darkness.
You can kill him. Yeah,
I
you can
wouldn't-
kill him, it's fine.
I wouldn't recognise him anywhere. I wasn't around for the episode he was in.
Well, he's in two, but I don't know if you're around for either. It's fine. But yes, it's Ebony Darkness, and you hear the one in charge going, "Ebony Darkness, you are accused on 4 fronts of conspiracy with infernals. This is your final chance. How do you plead?" Like, you guys just don't understand, like, the true power, and, like, the darkness, and, like, how we should, like, all embrace death, and, like, everyone should just, like, fully embrace death because it's totally cool, and then the bag goes back over his head, and you hear the guy in charge go, "Hang him." and the noose is put around the sort of still struggling Ebony's neck.
Why is he struggling? He has everyone to embrace death. He shouldn't even be bothered to struggle.
Frankie's just gonna eat an apple while this is going
As
on.
the noose is tightened and Ebony Darkness is unceremoniously kicked from the platform and the rope goes tight, you see the man in charge go, "Let this be a lesson to all. The demons are not more powerful than the laws of this land, and that..." And he stops as you realise that Ebony's form is now slightly glowing red, sort of crimsony colour, and he begins to float back up into the air. What do you do?
Oh, he's not dying.
Maybe we should get down there.
That doesn't seem quite right.
Everybody out!
Demonology check?
Yep.
Okay, roll.
Nah, not infernal at all.
Wow.
Frankie does check, and it is very much demonic.
Oh yeah, he stinks of demon.
Yes, it's quite pleasant. It makes me remember of home.
You can smell the sulfur.
Smells like Daddy.
I'm just gonna look at Gareth and go, "Oh yeah, you're a tiefling. I forgot about that. I've spent too many evenings below the garden."
As Ebony begins to float back up, the man in charge seems to look wide-eyed and back away slightly as he goes, "Bring forth the city guard!"
I don't think you did it right.
As three immense, basically the size of Samwise golems, comes up charging in with massive, swords. He goes, "If it moves, kill it." And you notice Ebony rip the bag back off his head, and he goes, "This isn't even my, final form."
I guess I'm some evolution.
And his eyes are glowing like bright blood red, and he's just hovering in the air. You guys, totally need to, get on the board with death, because, death is, awesome. I like this. And he just does a sort of race with his hands, and you feel the ground around you rumble, and skeletons begin to pull themselves out of the ground. What do you do?
Guys, should we just stay up here and watch the spectacle and have some more apples? Or do you think we should go down there and try to help the poor people?
Frankie's gonna finish his apple and then throw it at Ebony Dark's head, and then he's gonna go get his staff.
Okay, roll to throw an apple at Ebony Darkness. Okay, you throw your apple, it cracks him in the middle of the forehead, and he sort of seems to wince. He's still got the noose around his neck at this point. And he goes, "Oh, fruit? Mom said fruit was good, but I never took it, and I'm not conforming, and death doesn't need fruit, so, no." Again, he sort of does a gesture towards you, and you see weird, wispy, shadowy figures coming out of his hand and begin to, swirl around the servants on the either side of you.
Has the crowd dissipated from the...
The crowd are screaming and running in all directions.
Okay, that's fine, so there's, not too many, casualties.
There are a couple people being trampled, but that's a bit normal for a riot.
Yeah, Frankie, maybe you should just use your staff from up here, and we all can stay safe. Stay safe inside while you do it.
Well, I thought Whispers and I could start up here, and you guys could work your way down there, and we'll pep you up from up here.
Just wondering what's going to happen to these servants here, if they're going to be possessed or something. Maybe I want to kill them first.
Well,
we do an Arcana or a Dungeoneering or Demonology or something to see what's happening with...
Yep, Arcana or Demonology, either's fine.
Could I roll music? Because maybe someone wrote a song about this that was really metal.
It's for shit.
What would that tell you, Valerie?
Well, it sounds like the kind of thing that would happen in a metal song. So maybe it would help inform us of what to do.
I guess then roll. The metal song tells you that the dead will walk again. That's all you remember.
Does it make it sound like it's a good thing or a bad thing? Or...
Well, there's a couple of good solos, so it makes it sound good, yeah.
I heard about this in the song, guys. We have nothing to worry about.
Let's see what Karos thinks about it.
The Arcana, you check the servants. You notice that their skin is going very pale, their veins are becoming more prominent, and their eyes are rolling back into their heads.
I think they're possibly turning undead or turning into demons, so we're about to have a fight, whether we want one or not.
The one to your left drops his plate of grapes.
I'm just going to put my dagger and instantly try and stab him in the head.
Alright.
I'm going to try and shoot Ebony Darkness.
Okay, roll. Okay, you stab the servant. The servant basically just sort of goes as this thick black blood starts pouring out of the wound in his neck that you just made. And it seems to be like very strongly like sulfuric blood. It's just very pungent.
Just as I thought. It's demonic ichor. Don't get too much of it on you.
Your arrow sinks into Ebony Darkness's chest. He goes, what? Like, no, like, this won't kill me. Like, you know, you're not my dad. You have no power over me. Like, what?
That's kind of
I think
fucked
we're gonna
up.
need a special sword.
That implies that his dad keeps trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Like, he
No
does,
wonder he
just
turned out like
he
this.
He kills my soul, but like putting me in my room. I'm like, Dad, no, I'm not going to my room. You're not my real dad.
Wouldn't even let me paint it black.
Frankie's gonna launch a fireball at his face. Everybody get out of the way.
Yep, we're getting out of the way.
Oh
Nope.
yeah, just good
It
job everybody got out of
flies
the way.
into the crowd of people, setting a bunch of people alight.
Sorry!
Yep. Stu is going to chop the other servant up with his
Okay.
holy sword.
Roll. Nope. You swing for it, and somehow you manage to miss.
Oh yeah,
Nope. You swing a second time.
going the right way
and-
today.
In fact, you rolled bad twice. Does your sword go flying off and stick into a wall or something? Yep, your sword flies off and sticks into the wall next to Ebony Darkness.
That's not what I
Well.
meant still.
Like,
Then I have a reason to go down there and
swords
get
look
it.
so fucking cool. Like, I know that, but like, you know, I wouldn't use one because like I'm a proper warlock. And proper warlocks don't use swords. Like, that's just so confirmative.
But what if you're a hexblade?
Oi, Princey, I don't see you getting involved. Come on, help us out. What are your fine skills?
I know feng shui.
Frankie's just gonna stare at. Frankie's just gonna stare at. Well, is that it?
I have 4 in etiquette.
Well, then
So
you know
you're
where
a
to put the
polite-
knife then. I think you might want to use
I
your
guess you know
etiquette
which
in
knife
feng
to
shui.
use.
Yeah.
You
come with the
use your
point,
left
yeah.
hand? Do I use a fish knife or a butter knife?
I think you should use the
For
undead
foreign
knife.
etiquette, you know how to kill someone with a ladle.
Or more appropriate, you know when you can kill someone with a ladle.
Well,
Well, it's
I'll
most
admit
polite.
this does seem like the kind of situation when people should be getting stabbed.
I kind of have
So,
this image of the Kingsman movie where what's his face walks into the pub and the lads try and jump him.
Secret Agent Raleigh.
Yeah, Hugh something.
He's Lancelot.
No, it's not Hugh Bonneville, it's
Colin Firth.
Colin
Colin
Firth,
Firth.
that's it.
Well then, Prince Kermit.
Yes,
Perhaps you could
I'll stab a guy.
depose of this guy here. This assailant.
He runs, screaming, falls over his own feet and drops his knife.
Oh,
Who does?
no, not the butter knife.
The image, he's got all the different types of knives from the table.
Just like
Yeah.
on the inside jacket, I've got like different, you know, like the guy who's trying to sell you watches. Like that,
Do you
but like
want to
just
buy a
holsters.
sundial? Like in
Yeah, but
Hercules?
like one side's all the different table knives, and the other side's like the other sort of side of the jacket's all the different forks.
Where's the spoons?
Like Blue Raja.
You don't want to know where the spoons are.
It is like the Blue Rasher, yes. But with less puns, it seems.
I don't know what the blue ratchet is.
So how many?
It's alright, he'd
servants are
forgive
in
you
the-
if you forget.
So how many servants are around us?
There's not two around you,
And I
both of
killed
them
one
seem
of
to
them.
be like shaking, quivering. As I said, their skin's going pale, their veins are coming, like pulsing forward, and their eyes seem to be rolling back in their head.
Okay. And how many?
The skeletons seem to be
Six.
too content with trying to like eat the crowd, and the automatons seem to not know what to swing at because everything is coming up as civilian to them.
Okay. So we need to blow some shit up.
Well, I think we should finish off these ones here before they turn full-blown demonic on us.
Yes,
I'm
I
gonna
think that's a
stab
good
the other
idea.
one.
Alright. Nope.
Uh,
Do you get a second stabbing attempt?
yes, I do.
Yep, you stab another one in the neck. Again, it like pisses this thick black blood and ichor that stinks like sulfur.
You can see Gareth smiling because he's quite enjoying the demonic smells.
Just like Mummy used to make.
Yes.
Stu is gonna run over and get her sword.
Are you jumping down and running to get your sword from next to Ebony Darkness?
Yes.
Like,
Cover
who are
me,
you?
lads and
Like,
lasses.
what are you doing next to me? Like, that sword is like lighting up the room. You should totally leave it there.
Well, I'm going to leave it here, but I'm going to leave it with you. Or rather, in you. Hope you don't mind. I heard you like death.
But death,
Frankie's-
it's like so awesome and like so cool. It's like none of us can like truly experience it unless you're like a proper warlock. Then you can experience it like, 9-10 times. Properly get used to it. Because like death's something not to fear.
Sounds awfully nice.
He does undeniably have lovely cheekbones, though, and that light does soften his face a little bit. It's quite stark, actually. I'm enjoying it.
You'd look better with a haircut, though.
God, you sound just like my dad.
Well, did you say a head cut? I can make that happen.
Okay, roll. You swing, you slice through a sort of chunk of his robe on his arm. It does make a slash in his skin, but it doesn't seem to make him bleed.
Ow, what are you doing that for? Like, you're just like my dad. You want me to conform? Just cause, like, I might wanna, like, consider, like, cutting myself, but, I never would, like, cause that's what conformity does.
No, I just want you to feel pain. Nothing else.
Life is pain. I'm already suffering.
Well, then you won't mind if you suffer some more.
You gonna roll again?
I take it. Yeah, I can roll again.
Nope. He continues to float into the air. He's still got the noose around his neck, but he does float there. His eyes are now properly glowing red.
Frankie, you're a kind of priesty person. Can you sort of bless our crossbow bolts and things before we shoot?
I don't know how my magic will be, but I'll give it a go. 23.
Yes, you do manage to bless the crossbow bolts.
Oh, in the name of our dear deity, Karen, please lend us your strength with that marvelous mace of yours. Grant these bolts your power.
Now I will try and shoot the necromancer. I'm probably going to end up missing, knowing my luck.
Nope. Second shot. Again, you sink it into his shoulder, and he goes,
That's not fair.
Nice one.
there seems to be like a weird crackling white light around the shot that just went through his shoulder, and it seems to be properly distracting him. At this point, the other servant bites one of you. Who does it bite? It bites Belry.
Yay!
Bye-bye, Kermit.
Kiamet, stop or the copyright police will come.
15 groin.
Lost.
16 broken. It manages to bite you so hard in the groin it breaks your pelvis.
You've been
That's a proper demonic bite, that.
By something like one of his characters who's killed himself.
If he starts acting funny, chop off his head.
To be
That's
fair-
already happened as well.
Stu is just gonna shout, "Hey, Prince, there's brothels for that kind of stuff.
Frankie,
Get your head in the game."
Go.
Sorry? Frankie, what?
He'll show you where to get that done more pleasantly.
Oh no, I just go to an establishment that doesn't have these sorts of things. Classy.
It's okay, Frankie isn't really my type.
You're not my type either.
The skeletons have basically cleared the town square, and there's about 6 skeletons that all seem to have all clocked Stu, because Stu is right next to Ebony, and are sort of running towards Stu.
I'm gonna throw a fireball.
Okay. Yep, you throw a fireball, it's like hits one of the skeletons and slowly incinerates it.
Ah,
I'll try and finish off the bitey person.
The bitey servant.
The bitey servant. Oh, dear.
Natural 1.
Oh! I'm remembering last week how many ones we rolled last week.
Yeah.
there's an aria.
Yeah. Who do you hit? You can hit 1, 2, 3, 4 people.
I have a inkling who it'll be.
It's either
never
going to be
know.
Frankie, Kermit, or Whispers. It's Frankie.
Ooh,
Where
at
do
the
you
face!
hit? 18, that's the right leg. 14, minor loss. You swing to try and hit the thing, you trip, you end up stabbing your knife through Frankie's toe.
I'm not a zombie!
And I've just got like an image of like just a big toe bisected.
Yep, it's just sliced completely in two.
So like down the middle.
Yep.
You know, like the snake tongue thing.
Yep.
Like a toe.
I'm fairly sure it was demonic. It's exactly what I was expecting to do. And I'll try to take another swing at
You've
the
given
original
Frankie
target.
a second toe once it heals.
Yeah.
I have a web toe.
Oh, God. Yep, you managed to stab the last remaining servant that's there. Again, black blood pours all over it.
Right, well, we better help out Stu now with all those skeletons swarming around her.
Yeah, Stu's fine.
And now, Prince Kermit.
Well, I would like to try and remove this thing that's on me.
It's dead. It's just bitten you really hard, but it's dead.
It's not like... Okay.
It's
Oh, I was hoping it would still be attached.
The jaw.
still got
the
your
jaw will-
groin in his mouth.
Actually, you know what? Sure, fuck it. He's still got your groin in his mouth and he's like bit down as he's been stabbed in the throat.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
have to kind of prize yourself.
That's me not paying attention at what was getting stabbed. Like, can I stand? Can I walk around? Or am
You
I
can
like...
walk around.
You're gonna
You've
have
just
to
got
get
like
open his mouth first.
You've just
to
got like
get
a sort
to remove
of a dead
yourself.
servant, like with his jaw clamped heavily around your groin and a broken
I mean,
pelvis.
if it's there, it's not making it worse.
It's not making it worse,
like
but it's
extra
quite difficult to
protection.
move with a broken pelvis and a servant like clamped down on your junk.
Yeah, but I feel like it's keeping my pelvis together.
It probably is, that's true. If you do remove it, you'll probably feel the broken pelvis worse.
Because I'm going to be
Okay, I
honest, my plan before I got my broken pelvis was Ebony's still got the noose around him and he's floating. And the plan was to carry him away like a balloon from the civilians. But I'm not convinced I can do that anymore.
Where would you get the balloon?
No, he is the balloon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's floating around with a noose around his neck.
Yeah, so grab the noose and then he's floating like a balloon from the noose.
But no, we're all up here and only Stu is down there.
Yeah, but it gets Ebony away from the civilians, was my plan.
I
Yeah,
think the civilians are all dead or run away by now.
Yeah.
yeah, they
Or
are.
Look, I'm not the most observational guy in the world, okay?
Stop watching
um,
your groin then.
I mean,
Focus.
it's quite distracting,
They're in a very compromising position and you're not really
I suppose.
lying there. So,
Going
Let's-
off the assumption that the head is holding my pelvis together currently, I'm going to leave it there and sort of waddle
Drag
into
the
the
body
fray.
around, walking with your legs.
I'll hack the neck off. Hack it off at the neck.
Alright, so you're now wearing
Really
a
like
servant like a codpiece.
Yay.
Yeah.
And I suppose I'll join the fray.
Okay. At the fray, do you mean you're attacking the skeletons or you're attacking. What are you attacking?
Skelly men.
Okay, roll to attack the skelly man. Yep. You crack.
Take that, Mr.
skeleton.
Skellington.
I assume you've got
It's
like
tight.
some sort of hammer or something.
I'm trying very hard to not have it become tight.
What
Um,
weapon are you actually using, by the way?
He's got a couple of short swords, but I suppose I could hit them with like the pommel.
Well, you can hit them with a short sword if you want, but the short sword will just kind of go through it or like smack a bone.
That's
everywhere,
why
it won't
with
kill
like
it, so.
the pommel,
Alright,
not
so
give him a bonk.
you crack it in the side of the head. It seems quite unhappy and crumples to the ground, but it seems to still be twitching.
Oh, that's thoroughly disconcerting.
It's now Stu.
Yes, and I will hack away at Ebony with my holy sword.
Ebony is
As
floating in the
usual.
air.
Well, I'm a tall girl. I should be
You
able to
can
reach
maybe
him
clip
with my
his feet
tall
if you
sword.
swing.
Okay, well, I'll just focus on the skeletons then.
Okay.
Should be about 4 left, right?
Yep. Nope. Yep. You crunch through one of the skeletons, smashing through the ribcage. It just crumbles into a pile of dust and bones. And finally, it's Whispers.
I'm gonna try and shoot at Ebony Ducks again.
Okay.
I keep forgetting that I'm not
Natural
playing him
20.
anymore. And
Ooh, natural 20.
Your arrow shoots through and smacks Ebony between the eyes. He emits a and
jackpot whispers.
his hands open up and 3 or 4 more skeletons rise, but his body is violently twitching like he can't control it anymore.
And I'll follow it up with a second shot to hopefully finish him off.
Okay. Yep. You shoot him again through the skull. He begins to slowly start like sinking down, and he begins to start like bobbing around with the noose around his neck, and you hear him going. But there are now 8 skeletons. So we're around to the skeletons, there's only 3 of them can act this turn. The first one, all of them can attack Stu, because Stu's the only target. First one misses, second one misses, third one misses. They all rolled fuck all. Brilliant. So, we're back to Frankie.
Frankie's just gonna... Everybody back, I'm gonna launch another ball of fire. Let's see if I can wipe them out. Dick,
Dice
come
for
on.
cover.
Oh, no!
Can everyone
I'm
do me
glad
a
I
dodge
said
roll
that.
to see if you're on fire? Everyone that isn't Stu.
Oh, everyone. Oh, dear.
Karis is on fire. Yep, just Karis.
Are you having a barbecue without me again?
I turned at the last second and aimed wrong.
Frankie basically just goes like, I'm firing! And the tiefling just goes,
It's alright. He's a tiefling. It won't affect him too
I mean,
much.
it looked vaguely demonic.
that's the most Kermit you've sounded yet.
That wasn't even. That was meant to be a Frankie impression.
Really?
Silence.
Yeah.
It's now
I
Karis.
feel very tired.
I think I'm just going to have to take the turn putting myself out. I occasionally like a little bit of the bathe in flames, but that's starting to smart a little bit, Frankie.
Well, this is not the time and place.
Well, that's
That one was quite good, right? No, that one was quite good.
That was alright.
Yes.
Depends if you were trying to do Frankie or Kermit, though.
No, I was trying to do Prince Kiamat.
Prince Kiamat.
Would putting myself out be just the whole action, or just
You
one
can
of my shots?
roll to see how you get on in the first action. Nope, you're not out. Roll again. Yep, through rolling on the floor, you managed to put yourself out, though you do set part of the wooden structure you're all on fire.
Awesome. Just a little heads up, people. I seem to have set our structure ablaze.
Everybody run. Let's get out of here. I race you to the exits.
It's now Prince Kermit.
I've now Disco Inferno running in my head.
I never had to deal with any of this when I was a frog. Let me tell you, it's much more easy being... Shit, I'm trying to think of a word that's green, but not green. Verdant.
Emerald?
Yeah, that works. So I'm going to try and get away from the thing that's currently on fire, because I'd like to not be on fire. I'm going to just sort of waddle away, like this disembodied head between my legs.
Natural one!
Oh no!
The
turns out this is-
animates.
You trip, and you basically trip into the fire. You're now on fire, and you've also knocked several bits of furniture that are also ablaze out, so the fire is spread quite drastically. Most of the platform is now on fire, and Kermit is on fire.
Vince, what do you think you're doing?
I was trying to not be on fire. Maybe you shouldn't have set us all on fire.
It was an accident. Let's get out of here.
I like the very quick, sudden changes. Just ignore that.
Right, it's now Stu.
Taking some swings on the skeletons.
Nope. Yep, you crushed one of the other skeletons. There are now 7 left. It's Whisper.
Anytime you guys want to come and help me, please do.
What do you think?
We're too busy setting ourselves on fire.
Yeah, it looks like you're having a party without me over there, so...
You just hear
yeah.
Frankie squawking from the burning platform.
This is not a barbecue.
Well, it sure looked like one.
You seem to be trying to make it one.
We don't have time for a barbecue. Let's go.
I'm quite partial to frog's legs, and the prince is starting to smell rather delicious.
Do it in your time.
I will not stand for that. I mean, I can't really stand right now, but I won't stand for it.
Oh god. It's now Whispers.
Time to leave the burning building.
That's what I was trying to do.
Okay, are you descending down the ladder that got you up here, or are you just jumping off the platform? It's a bit of story up.
How
so you
high
can
up are we?
survive.
Oh, it's only a story. I'm gonna jump.
Okay, roll. Add your balance. Ooh, that's a potential bad landing. Yep, that's a bad landing. What happens to Whispers? Whispers lands on one leg and it crumples under her Like, it's damaged for now, it's not broken, but it's badly, like, sprained.
Oh no!
We're now back to the 7 skeletons.
And I wasn't going to land on anything other than one of my legs, was I? I'm a cat.
I'm just going to roll all 7 skeletons, see if any of them actually do anything to Stu. 3 of them do... Yes.
Yeah,
3 of them actually do anything to Stu. They do a total of 15 damage. We're back round to Frankie.
Please be
just
careful
gonna-
where you're placing your fireballs.
Well, I thought we were leaving the building, so I'm gonna try and slide down the ladder.
The only reason we're leaving is because you set it on fire.
Oh, shut up!
The roof.
I don't want to hear
The
it!
roof. The roof is on
Roll
fire.
So if I...
Roll to see how you do getting down the ladder.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
E.T.,
fine. You
nice
can
slide down the
ladder, no problem.
And I'm gonna help Whispers. Alright, my dear, you alright?
Yeah, I will be. Just bruise my leg a bit. I can still hop, I can still kill things.
Okay.
Fantastic.
It's now Garrus.
I'm going to do the same as Whispers and just try and jump down.
Alright, roll. Yeah, you're fine. You sort of land reasonably
Zero anyway.
gracefully from leaping over. So you're free of it. It's now Prince Kermit.
So, how high up are we? Like,
But
from the
about
ground?
1 story up. You're about maybe
Oh, okay.
3 or 4 meters
That's
up.
further than I thought. Are there any bushes around the thing?
It's a town square full of lots of very hard-looking stones.
Right,
But you are
okay.
on fire at the moment.
Yeah, so my plan, because I didn't think it was that high up, is to simultaneously just sort of roll off the edge and attempt to put the fire out and get down.
You can roll off the edge if you want.
But that seems quite high.
When has danger ever meant anything to you, Billy?
I suppose so, but I would like a character to last more than 1 Oh, fuck it, why not? Come on, improbable natural 20. No.
You roll up, you land on the ground like everyone else, like reasonably okay, but you are still on fire.
Can I continue to roll?
Roll to try and put yourself
Just
out.
go with the momentum.
Yep, you managed to sort of roll around and put yourself out.
Oh, it was a good plan.
The platform above you is completely ablaze at this point. It's now Stu.
Just keep swinging, just keep swinging. Yes.
Yep. You smash through 1 skeleton, and you smash through another skeleton. So there are 5 left. It's now Whispers.
I'm gonna try and shoot at one of the skeletons
Okay.
carefully.
Yep. You shoot through one of the skeletons, separating the skull from the spine. It collapses in a pile of bones. And you do it again, killing another skeleton. So there are now only 3 skeletons left.
Go Whispers.
So,
It's amazing
Happy
how pain
birthday.
focuses the mind.
the 3 skeletons. 1 hits Stu, 2 got natural 1s, and I'm just gonna have to kill
Do
each
2
other.
of them kill each other?
Yeah, 2 of them kill each other. Just 1 attacking Stu. What does it do? Does 11 damage to Stu. So there's a single skeleton left. Let's see. Ebony is still twitching violently, and you notice at this point the man who was in charge peer over the top of the platform he was standing at the still twitching body of Ebony.
Keep your head down. We're not done yet.
Okay, it's back to Frankie.
I'm gonna aim a fireball at Ebony. I don't want to burn him alive. I don't want to have any more to do with him.
Okay. Natural 20.
20!
You smack Ebony in the chest with a fireball. He again just twitches a little bit as his whole body begins to burn, and the cloak he's wearing just catches fire and just incinerates, and he's just slowly burning as he's rocking back and forth in this rope.